Good morning, everybody. Gosh, we've got some beautiful blooms for you today. We've got all sorts on the show. We have got Brandon, our very handsome and very lovely peacock. We have got beautiful blooms cushions. We have got them in 4 different varieties. These are just serving suggestions because you get to cut and choose and do it however you want it to be. We have got Brandon, the lovely big peacock, in 4 different colours. We have got elephants. We have got elephants in purple and elephants in sort of a tealy bluey orangey colour. Yes. So we've got all the stuff in all the world for you today on the show. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So that's what we've got for you today. It's a busy show, very, very busy show. And first of all, I really want to thank Anne, YouTuber Anne, no surname, just YouTuber Anne, who has sent us these. And these are her pet blankets. Look, all fleecy, fleecy, fleecy. How beautiful. So there's one and little one there. Aren't they gorgeous? They are out of the K fabrics that we sent. So thank you very, very much, Anne, for those. I'm going to take those with some of mine across to, where is mine? Next door to the Dogs Trust this afternoon and drop it. They've got a great big box that you can just drop all your blankets and stuff in, so I'll take those across. So anybody else that wants to send those back, I'm not sure if we've got any more kits of those, but anybody that wants to send them back, we will happily skip next door. I'm trying very hard not to adopt any other dogs. No, be a very bad idea. Got enough. Right, let's say hello to everybody. I haven't got Gemma with me today. She is at home. She'll probably be commenting, I would imagine, once she's finished tappity. We've had a lot to load today, an awful lot to load. So let's have a little good morning. I don't know if it's going to let me on today. Is it? Yes, it is. It is a fabulous Textile Tuesday. Yes. So Gemma is tippity-tappitying to get these kits live. I think the peacocks are I just kept going, and we could do this, we could do that, and I could hear her head exploding. Morning, Natasha and team. I'm knackered. Hopefully you won't nod off. Well, you know, Claire, I hear you. Good morning, Donna. Elizabeth, well done, YouTuber Anne. And thank you for your lovely donation. Absolutely. Elizabeth's just happy she's on time this morning. Morning, Nicola. Good morning, Lo. And good morning, Lisa. Nice scarf. I know, Lisa. Someone very, very clever in Australia made this. Morning, Jane. Morning, Rona. Very snowy in Aberdeenshire again. You're getting all the weather, aren't you? Can you just keep it there, though, please? That's what I would really, really like. We don't need it here. We don't need it here. Now, if I click onto that. Yes, Sylv, Brandon does indeed know that we've named the peacock after him. It had to be Brandon because, look, it's all of Brandon's fabrics. And he's very sparkly and fabulous. And also, look at him. I mean, if ever there was going to be a sparkly, fabulous peacock, it's this one. We've even got the sparkles on the show. Gem's just loading those now. So yeah, this is Brandon, the very fabulous, sparkly peacock. And yeah, I did. I sent him a photo of it, and Brandon, we've named our peacock after you. But it's his Tickle My Fancy fabric and his Amaze for his tummy. So it's all Brandon's fabric, so it was only right that he should be called Brandon, the very fabulous peacock. Morning, Carol. Morning, Anne. Oh, that's all right. Only snowing a bit. Supposed to stop at 12. Do we believe that? Yeah, look, lots of you snowing in Aberdeenshire. Morning, Julia. Morning, Leanne. Half term has started. Is it half term or is it actually Easter holidays? I'm very confused. I have been very busy, Lisa. That's why I couldn't chat this morning. Soz about that. I was busy cutting stuff and making stuff. Helen said morning. Made it this morning a little sore after my osteopathy session yesterday. Drink lots of water and take it easy. Yes, that's what I would say to you. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Debbie. Now, Debbie, I was thinking about you because I very nearly did that one on a white background, but there's no reason why you couldn't do it on a cream or a white background. Actually, what I nearly did it on was the white Moda Ombre woven fabrics. That's what I nearly did it on. And then I thought, I don't have enough of that to do lots, so no, I can't. Morning, Christy. Morning, Margaret. Sorry, a minute or 4 late. Laundry. Cat wanted food. Husband wanted tea. They're all so demanding. So demanding, Margaret. So demanding. Right, let's crack on with the elephants, because I'm not going to demo these because I don't have very many kits. Didn't get full bolts. I just grabbed what they had at my suppliers. So this is the kit. You will get 2 meters of the very, very, very fabulous sparkly, 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 no bells, so that Lo can fall asleep on it and not indent them on her face. Braiding. Very, very beautiful there. And look at the sparkly bumbleberries that just goes so beautifully with it all. So this is an 18-inch panel piece. Yeah. So you can do, I made, gosh, I think my cleaner's got it now, her granddaughter's got it now. I made a bag out of one of these, out of the purple one actually, but you've got your 2 contrasting, but you know, goes with fabrics. You've got your elephants, and then you've got your beautiful, beautiful 2 meters of braid. There is some of this available by the ½ meter should you wish. Yep. It's really, really beautiful. And if my close-up camera is not working today, so I can't show you that, which is very annoying. But just believe me, it's very gorgeous. So we've got that. We have also got, so we were limited with how many kits we could make by one of these colours. So what we've got left over, we have put cut to order. So that means that if you wanted, you know, length, because I know Karen, you were looking at, oh, she's at Waitrose, isn't she today? If you were looking for dressmaking with it, then you can buy it by the 18-inch. The panels are 18-inch, by the way. They're a yard, ½ yard. So that's how we've cut them, because otherwise we're going to end up with some people who get like a belly, elephant belly. So that is the teal and orange. And then on this one here, we have, we've got the very, very, very beautiful purpley ones. And so you have got 2 beautiful contrasting batiks, and this time we've gone with the silver. Isn't that braiding just gorgeous? You might want to only put a little bit, fussy cut, and just put a little bit on his saddle. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but it's blinking gorgeous. Just pop it around there, wherever you're putting it. It's just going to work. Or on your seam, or just use it with that. Oh, look at it on the blue. Ooh, it's gorgeous. So, but when it's gone, it's gone. That's it. And again, I've got some silver, and I've got some of this cut to order, and a handful of kits. So we are limited on elephants. So yeah, grab the elephants if you can. Can anyone tell me, have we still got the ½ meters running, the free ½ meter when you spend over 50? Not sure. Worth an ad if you would like. Right, let me pop that there, and that can go over there. All right, so. Oof, which one are we on? There we go. Right. Let's look at the Brandon the lovely Peacock kits, because they vary. They do vary. Let me show you. We've got 4 different varieties. Each one, let's show you what each one has. So each one has a fat quarter of HH 650. Yes, which is your double-sided. Oh, that's my needle. You don't need that. And then you get a metre of black. So a metre of black and that means that you have so much. If you wanted to make that into a great fabulous wall hanging, then you can. What you also get is an actual size. This is actual size Brandon, the lovely Peacock. And for those of you that are worried that your free motion isn't very good, check out mine. It's all over the shop, doesn't matter. And then you're going to get the body and the chest templates as well. So that is coming in your kit. So this just gives you a little idea of placement. These are serving suggestions. How you do it is up to you. I use steamer seam throughout all of these, and if you've already got it, then great. I didn't put it in the kits because I know that some people like it, some people don't, some people want to use up their stash, whatever it is. So what I invite you to do, these are his body pieces for this kit. So you've got purple binding, you've got, look at this shot cotton, it's just divine, purpley blue, I don't know how well it shines up, and then there is your thing, but just bear in mind it's going to be the colour of this, not the orange that you're using. So if you're sitting there saying, but orange isn't my colour, it's not the orange, it's the purples and the pinks and the greens that is going to be your peacock. So when I pop that there, you can see that this and these feathers and these here, he's going to be resplendent in purples, which is why we've then picked that out to go, should you wish to make it into a cushion, then you've got that. In which case, I did mine 20 inches by 20 inches, and that's entirely up to you how you wish to do yours. Like I say, these are merely serving suggestions. Okay, so then this is the kit that I actually made him out of. So you can see it looks very different, doesn't it, just as a kit form, but this is how this one will make up. Okay. And that's what it looks like all done. We've put black as the background for all of these because it really does pop and zing. So that's what we're looking at there. And then over here, and again, I really do invite you to look at the actual feather colours. So you've got lots of your purples coming through here, and you don't have the red in there weirdly. So again, we've gone with the purples to pick out the purples through all of those feathers. So he's really going to be fabulous. But there's also some lovely blues in there. So you're going to have your blue binding, which is going to pull that blue through. Sometimes I know it's quite hard to see until you actually chop away. There's going to be no red in it. So that's, yeah. And you're getting your ½ metre. So look, all of that in there. So you've got all those feathers to choose from. And that's what we made ours out of. Just a ½ metre. And I've got loads left over, loads of feathers left over, which is great because I then just give them to the kids to play with, and they then make all sorts of fabulousness with that. And then your body bits, there we go, that is another kit. And then the last colour that we've got here, and we went with the blue because there are so many blues in there. And this is the Tickle My Fancy. So you can really see how we're pulling the blues with the body there, and then the purples there, and then with that green pulling out all of that. So that's going to be really, really bright and vibrant and rather fabulous. Rather fabulous. So that is your other Tickle My Fancy, Brandon, the very lovely Peacock kit. Now, what we've also got for you, which is just being loaded, are things of bling. So I did bling Brandon up a little bit there with 2 sizes of gems. You've got your Aurora Borealis, and again, no overhead, which is really annoying. So your Aurora Borealis obviously is all the colours. Your AB ones there. And I think on the photos it probably just says, yeah, you get 50 of those. in there. And then the bigger ones, let's have a look at your bigger ones. And so you can see on him, I just did a few little bits and then my gems. Like so. And then little extra ones across the top. Like that, and that's... But you can bling them up or not. It's entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. So we've got those. There's a lot on today's show, isn't there? There's an awful lot. Let me pop those safely back in the packet. Dee, 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 dee. And then that. There we go. So yeah, so that is your kit for that. Now, we're going to keep this as our base. So a metre of your black and a fat quarter of your HH650 when we then move on to the kits for the cushions. Now this kit here, again, you're getting 2 meters of your flange piped binding, and then fat quarters, 3 fat quarters, a meter of your black, and your HH650. And this kit here will give you something like that one there. And the only thing that you can't really see is how gorgeous, I didn't have time, I did these this morning, is if I hold that down there, is how beautiful that's going to look with the pink for your binding. Love that. Love, 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 love it. And the other one that's got the pink is this one here. So where you see the poppies, the red poppies, you've got your pink binding. So for that one and that one. This one in the middle has got a bright orange one, which I love very, very much. And actually, all 4 of them together would be quite spectacular. Quite spectacular. So this is, let's have a little look here. So you have got fat quarter of your poppies. And again, this is it. Don't look at the actual colour of the background. You just want to be looking at, see, we've got all of that colour coming through into there. So I thought, yes, they will all pop and zing together. And then you've got your wisteria, which is great for providing you with all your little tendrily bits and little bits of green and little leaves that go shooting out all over the place. But it pulls in those pinks and it pulls in the blues and the purples through there. So that is then bound in that. And like I say, as a serving suggestion, it's that one there. That's what you could be doing. Okay. It's really hard because everyone's is going to be different. Everyone's is going to be different. And we'll just have a look at just a little play with one of them and just see where I got to with it all. But it's, I just find them really lovely to do. And they get a little bit addictive, if I'm honest. There we go. Now, this kit is this one here. Okay, so if you want to make that cushion, then what you've got in this one.
Who do you want to send it to?
Oh, no, I don't want to send anything. Thank you, Siri. Gosh. Don't know why she's piping up all over the place. So again, you've got the same cactus flowers there. You've got rose and hydrangea, though, this time in 2 colours. So you've got it in the pink and you've also got it in the blue. And then you've got that binding there to then just pull everything together. So that will give you, well, this is your serving suggestion there. And there's loads left over. So realistically, if you had extra, actually no, all you would need is just to get yourself some extra binding, and you could do 2. if you use something else to back. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, if you used a scrap on the back of your cushion. So because I've free motioned all of these, the front is like a sandwich. It's a quilted sandwich. So I've got a fat quarter of black on the front, my H650, and then black on the back, and that's my sandwich that everything is appliqued onto. And then then it's quilted like that, which means that you use 1/2 meter on the front, and then I did an envelope back and used 1/2 meter on the back. So that's why there's a meter in there. But if you were frugal and if you popped in a zip or whatever and just used up your scrap for the back, which no one's going to see, then you've got that option as well. Now, if we want to go orange, and you can see as soon as I pull these ones out, you've got your rose and hydrangea in this glorious peachy orange, and then your cactus flower as well, pulling through those oranges. And then actually the Dorothy has got those orange tones as well. So it was only right to pull in that orange binding. And for those of you that are wondering what on earth that concoction is going to look like, it's going to look like this. This one here, with a really zingy binding. And I think that one and actually the aqua look really, if you're buying two, I'd go for that one and that one together, or that one and that one together. Look at that. Yeah. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So that's how those are looking today. And then the final one to show you, and then we'll actually get making some. Here we go. Just trying to keep these all together so that we make sure that we send you exactly the right ones. It's my vague attempt at being organised. I know, right? Gemma would be so proud if she were here today. Oh, that sounded a bit final, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. Rather than at home. Rather than at home. Right, so this is this one up here. Yeah, it is that one up there. So again, your metre of black. And then this time, ooh, look at these. So what you've got is your fat quarter of your cactus flower, and then we've pulled this greeny colour in with the Dorothy, with the poppies there. But then here you can suddenly see, if I put this almost actually becomes the blender, because you've got the blues and the purples in there, which go so well there, and then you've got all of these pinks that go so well there, and your greens. So if you're after that one, it could look a little bit like that one on the end. There. I actually, now I see it in the screen, want something to just come down. I might put another little bit of wisteria coming down there. So that's the trouble, isn't it? And so that one, like I say, has got the pink, which looks rather lovely. So they are your options. You've got 4 options today. Or if you're going for a couple, you know, just mix and match it through and just put different coloured bindings on them. Or, you know, buy, well, I think in the descriptions we've put which coloured flange. You can always buy extra flange if you want to do them all matching. It's up to you. Anything is possible. Anything. Right. But if you want to make up your own ones, then, you know, have a rifle through the website, because we've got lots and lots of Philip Jacobs for the K Facet Collective, and that's what you want to be looking for in this scenario. Right. Those are the 4 different kits. I'm not going to get them all confused. I promise. Right, shall we make one? Shall we do that? Let me pop Brandon over there. There's me doing all the tidying in all the world. Dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee. Okay, so let's have a look. let's have a start with, first of all, I will layer up my sandwich. I'm going to use this. That'll do. That'll do. Oh, here we go. I've only got fat quarter on there. That's good. And I just want to, look at this, poor girl's wibbly wobbly cutting because I was in a hurry. Can you please just cut me this? Just get that on there. We can trim these back. I did these ones 18 inches square. So I would sandwich and then trim if you want to. So let's just get that pressed. So the HH650, what that does is obviously fuse both sides. So you're done. Like really, really easy in terms of that. That's great. And just make sure that there's like one side that has no creases or wrinkles in. Had I thought about it, I would probably have pressed the fabrics first. Use a bit of steam, that always helps. The glue flow, don't you know? If we're going to get all funny about it. The glue flow. There we are. So this is just like prepping your wall really when you paint. That's all you're doing. And because it's adhered, yes, when you quilt, it's just not gonna pull everything in. There we are. And then if you want to trim it back, then do. That's entirely up to you. I will trim it so that you can see. Just if you're trimming it back, then you know pretty much what it's going to look like, don't you? I'm just going to use my mat for reference, like so. If you want to just draw on here and mark where your 18 inches is going to be, your 18 inches square. I did Brandon at 20. But he doesn't need to be. And this method, the same applies whether you're doing the flowers or the peacock. Okay, so I've got my starter square, if you will. This is like my what it's all going to look like. Now, I use steam seam. Where is it? Here we go. Steamer seam left. Whoops. That's what I'm going to use, because it's fabulous. It's fabulous. What you would need to do, say we were doing the body of Brandon, then flip your template. You can have your template any which way around you want, but what you would want to do is, if you want him, you're always going to draw on the side with the yellow. Okay, so if you want him facing that way, like I've done it, flip your template. Okay, and then draw around, just cut a little bit bigger, and then peel this side off. You're always going to peel that side off, and then, in fact, shall I just, I don't know if I've got any fabric left to do it on. No, I haven't. Cut around, peel the non-grid side off, pop that onto your fabric and press it. No steam, just press it. That bonds that glue into your fabric. Okay, and then you can fussy cut around correctly, and then when you're ready you peel off this side. That gives you a tacky surface, okay, and that's what we want. We want a tacky surface. It's not often I ask for tacky stuff, is it? No, no, no. But yes, yes, that is indeed what I want. So when you've had fun cutting out some of your flowers, bear in mind this is all from the same fat quarter bundle that I did my other cushion from. So when I say that you've got quite a bit to play with, you've got quite a bit to play with. Gaynor helped me prep this one, bless her. She's got a blister. Not laughing, not laughing. So, you know, even down to the, even if that's the edge of your fat quarter, like you can still poke that out and then pop something over the edge and have it as that kind of background piece. And these are going to look very different depending on, you know, how you want it to look for you. Maybe you want to bring some of the rose and hydrangea and the pink up there. Bring a little bit of flower down there. Gosh, I've got all these beautiful colours. All of these beautiful colours. Put that a little bit on there. And this is, you know, this is very much for you to choose how you want these to look and to go. Maybe I want that there. And don't be afraid to trim stuff back or put it in front of or behind or anything that you like, really. And it's just, it's in the intertwining that you know, you find the good stuff. Ooh. Now you see I've got that, but as you can see that's been like on the side of something. So I would be quite tempted to pull that and push that maybe under there, because then I can pop or maybe I want to get some height there. And just, it's how you want it to be, isn't it? I could get so many out of here. Do I want that one? Maybe I want to bring in that colour. I get a bit absorbed, so just bear with me. And it might be that I trim off some of those and pop those elsewhere. But for now, we'll leave that there. How full do you want your bouquet to be? You could slide that in there. Bring that down under that. And at any point, you know, you can trim into these things, cut into them, do whatever you want to with them. You know, that's looking quite square at the moment. So, be like, ooh, what can I add in? Maybe a little bit of a rose there. Maybe I might want to bring something and just give me a little bit more movement down there. Might want to do that. And then maybe bring in another leaf. Need to trim that back. Maybe over there and trim that off. And that's how it just starts to come together. Entirely how you want it to, really. But the beautiful thing about using your steamer seam is that you peel that back and okay, so it has a tendency, this is the only downside to it sometimes, to not take the stick off with it. So be really, really careful. And you've just seen like that started to peel off without the stick. But if I go to another bit and peel it off really carefully, making sure that the stick is on the fabric side, and that's probably just because I didn't press it enough. And so I can start to build my seam. Be aware that I'm going to have a seam allowance up there. And when I'm just peeling that edge off, just making sure. So yeah, I can pop that in there. And then what else did I want? And I mean, this is it. You can either peel everything off kind of as you go, or take a photo. If you find a way that you like it and you absolutely want it to be just like that, then quickly take a photo. See, it's done it again. And again, that's just because I haven't adhered it long enough with the iron. But it doesn't matter, because look, if I peel from that side, it doesn't happen. So don't stress about it. So I might want to pop that up there. And then I had, didn't I? I had my hydrangea coming in here, and maybe that's going to tuck in under there. I could spend hours doing these. I do spend hours doing these. I am really, really rubbish with real flowers, but give me these and I'm like, yeah, give me a go on that. Place that down there. So I'm just aware that I've got a bit of a flat edge there. Now I can either go in and recut that, or I can just break it up a little bit with that one there. And I mean, this isn't how I just did it, is it? It just happens to be how it's coming together this time round. But the beauty, the absolute beauty of your steamer seam is that you are not, you're not absolutely committed until you actually pop a steam on there. You're not committed to it, and so just use it. Oh, the best way I can do it is, yeah, like fuzzy felts, and layer through. Now then, we were going to pop that, weren't we, under all of there. Now I've got plenty in here. I don't actually need to be using edge pieces. But it's just to show you how to get the most out of all your fabrics. Slide that under there. And then maybe I'll bring that one round. And just try spinning things round as well. I've got this lovely bit here that's going to give me some lovely depth. And it might be that I want to use that. Now then, I wish I'd taken a photo because I quite liked how I did it first time round. But you can always play. Shall I bring those roses out over there? What do you think? Or just out there? I do get a bit engrossed, and I think that's okay. it's so pretty. It's so pretty. What I would say is, and of course I can't find them now, use your paper scissors. Because you don't want to, well, it's paper backed, isn't it? So you don't want to be doing anything silly with that. Right, we can pop that. Oh, hang on. Where was this going? Ooh. I kind of feel like I want that there now. Would it be wrong to pop that down there? Oh, decisions. Hang on. Oh, I could bring that across there. And I guess this is like when you flower arrange, I guess you do sort of layer up, don't you? And then maybe have that sneaking in over there. What do we think? What are we thinking? Or does that sit there? Ooh, maybe that sits there. And just teeters on the edge a little bit. I could almost actually take some of that out, couldn't I? No. Or even if I just took that leaf out. But it is just a matter of playing. And the other thing to bear in mind is to leave more of a gap at the bottom. So when you see pieces of art framed, just notice, just take a moment just to notice that if they've left anything, they've left more of a gap at the bottom. So it's just something to bear in mind. Is that going to be too much? I mean, I kind of like it, but I'm not sure I want that much of it. So I might trim it. Ooh. Well, that brings a whole new look, doesn't it? Right, let's trim a bit, shall we? I'm going to... Do I want that leaf there? Why not? And like I say, just don't be afraid to make it the size that's going to fit for you. And if I need to take that leaf off, then I'll take that leaf off. And then that can go like that. And I'm really liking that. I'm really liking that. Done it again. Don't just rip it off. Take an edge. Or just make sure that you've pressed it properly. There we go. And you see that now is just going to cover that straight edge there. And then we can bring this in here. Here we are. Bring that down there. And if you wanted to, snip into that and have that coming through there if you wish. This is where it gets sort of entirely up to you. Maybe you want to just have that there. I kind of want a little bit of overlap with that one. Or do I now? Hang on. Hang on. never throw anything away. Ooh. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Just that slid in there? Yeah, let's do that. Why not? I don't know why I'm whispering. But honestly, play, replace bits. Make it entirely yours. Do I like that? Yeah, you know, I think I do. And when you're happy, that is when you're going to steam that down. Ah, hang on. Was I going to pop this little chap in there? Oh gosh, actually, I really like that. Oh no, hang on. I was going to use him as well. Well, I mean, I could. Shall I? Shall I? I'm going to ask you lot. What do you think? Just plop that on there? I say plop. I mean, like, really carefully place. What do you think? Oh, it's so difficult. Is there such a phrase as too much in this instance? I think not. I think you might be right. What do we think? That or that? 1 or 2? What do we think? Go for it, says Elizabeth. Yes, looks great, says Patricia. I don't know which one. Right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. Now, these kits are being loaded for you. Okay. There's quite a lot to load this morning. Poor old Gemma. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh, I rather love that. And your binding is, let me find it. For this one, your binding is this. But we've got 2 very different cushions there. And that's what I love about this, is that no 2 people's is going to be the same. Just wondering if I need a little something. This is the trouble. I'd never know when to stop. I'm not sure if you guys are going, stop it, Natasha, stop it now. Stop while you're ahead. Sneak that one in there. Oh, let's sneak a bit of rose. No, quit while I'm ahead. Possibly, maybe. Oh, it's so difficult to know. No. This is it. It's knowing when to stop. More is more. Always. Is that right? I don't know. But I am going to hold it there. I am. I think. I don't know, it does sort of balance that bottom out, doesn't it? Hang on, bear with. We are going for another leaf. Take photos, guys. Take photos. Step back, look at it upside down, all the tricks. Your brain is always looking for symmetry. I had a leaf. What did I do with it? It wasn't that one, was it? No, it's not properly cut out. What have I done with it? I had it. It was here. There it is. There it is. Yeah, so look at it upside down. This was what my dad always taught me when I was doing art. Look at it upside down. Your brain will just look at it differently. There. No, it was that big one that I wanted. I'm going for the big one. Bear with me because I'm going to have to cut it out. Yeah. And right. There isn't actually much steamer seam on the back of that. I'm missing a little bit. But I could always, if I wanted, just add a little bit on if I wanted to. But failing that, if you do have bits where you've just run out of a little bit of steamer seam, just get your glue pen. Because if you're going to, and this is fine, if you're going to free motion it down, then that doesn't matter. Otherwise, make sure it's all covered. Oh, yes. Actually, we're all good, aren't we? A little bit of your glue stick on there. We'll just hold it whilst you stitch that down. You don't have to if you're steamer seaming it, then that's absolutely fine and you've got it all covered. Then of course you don't need to at all. Okay, and still from my fat quarters, I still have a huge amount from my 3 fat quarters. Okay, so then all I do, a little tidy, is bring this across to my mat. And because you can now, and this is why I love this over Bondaweb and stuff like that, because there we go. You know, I can waft that around and it's not going to fall off. So then I get my iron, and if we're happy with that, that is then when we steam everything down. Morning Vicky, how you doing? And you could do this as a wall hanging, you could do it as cushion fronts. Gemma says she wants them for her outside cushions, and how dare I, because she'd got some Odile that she wanted to do that with, and now she was in a quandary. I suggested both. Kind of a friend of mine. There you go. Right, free motion embroidery. Yes, I had a go. I did have a go. Oh, do you know what? Now I can just see that that's not quite as rounded as what I can see little bits, but I can always go in and change that. Right, so I am not very good at free motion embroidery because I don't do it very much and I'm self-taught. But all I did, I went in with a black just to put in a little bit of definition, and I just honoured the layering and just did sort of that one last and just went around the edges so they're not going to come off, but they're pretty robust. If you want to, and you want to go in and you want to blanket stitch around, then blanket stitch around. That would also be gorgeous. But there it is. And there's the next one. Yeah. And you can see what a pop, actually, when we add that binding on, that's going to make. just giving it that pop of colour. Really pulls it through, doesn't it? Love it, love it, love it. So that's what we're going to do. And then so free motion on that. Now I use, as you know, where is it? Here we go. 1/4 inch quilter's tape. And there are two ways that you can do this. We've covered this off before. You can either stick that down, bearing in mind you are going to want the bumpy side facing in, your bound bit in. If you are going to do this all in one go, so you've got two ways. Let me just recap. You've got two ways. The way that I often do it is just do that and have a straight and then cut it there and then do another straight, and that gives you like quite an interesting edge. But if you want this bound all the way around in one, then at this point you're going to snip, snip, snip to get that round the corner like so, and then level it up on the edge because you cut this all down nicely. So snipping allows that to then go around nicely, and then I really would put my quilter's tape to hold that in place then, so I'm not having to pin or do anything like that. And then I'd just run this off at the end, and then when it comes all the way around, you're going to have, and do it on a bottom corner where no one's going to notice, and again just run that off. You can do it on the corner if you wish, but make sure that that just goes off. And that goes off, because that's the other way to do it, is just to do all the corners like that so they all overlap, and then put your back on. We have got, if you want the full tutorials guys on how to make these cushions, because I'm sure that you've seen it all before, we have got demos on how to put that, well, we've got pom-pom trims, we've got all sorts. Let me just grab these. These were the O'Deal ones. So that's your pom-pom trim cushion. With, if you want to learn how to do the zips, we've got these patterns on sale for you. And this is what I mean by the corners. Can you see the corners there? If you just do a straight bit of binding across and then cut it and then a straight one down there, you'll get that kind of heart-shaped corner. Can you see it's coming out there and out there? And I quite like that, so I do that a lot with my cushions because I quite like that effect. But otherwise, if you're going to do your binding all the way round, then I would just choose a bottom corner to discreetly take your flange piping off and to cover it, or just do it in the corner. And then you're done when no one's going to notice it. And whether you want to do an obvious zip back or whether you want to, you've got a meter in your kit. So if you want to just do a plain envelope back, then you can. You've got enough. And that's, yeah, that's just folded in half. So it's double, so it's really, really sturdy. There you go. They are your cushions for today, and you get to choose. You get to choose whether you want to do this one with a pink binding, that one with an orange binding, that one with a pink binding, or now this one with the blue aqua. And there we go. Those two came out of the same fat quarters. I rather love them. Alrighty then, I'm going to let you get on and choose, and I'm going to finish some of these off. But that is today's show. Thank you ever so much. Tomorrow, we are calling all cat ladies. Yes, we are. So tomorrow we have got Crazy Cat Antics with the world's biggest, I can't really make that claim officially, but we've got a very, very big cat quilt on the show tomorrow that Jane has made. It's phenomenal. We've got the kits because every single one of the squares is basically a different colour, which is just phenomenal. And so, yeah, do tune in for that, because whether you want to do the cat quilt, you are going to want to have those bundles of assorted squares, because it's like the Liberty but in all the colours. So that's what we've got for you tomorrow. Bear in mind, your elephants are limited stock on that, so if you want to get your elephants, do crack on with those. And I think these are going to go on Create and Craft, so we will have to take the stock off at midnight, so if they go on, so just be aware that if you're waiting, get it today. Alrighty, you take care, have lots of love from me, lots of love from Gemma, I'm sure, although she's at home, and we will see you here tomorrow with Jane. Bye bye.